Shalom, shalom, it's the brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving all praises to
Yeah,
Yahweh.
y'all
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this truth.
crazy and retarded y'all is. Y'all bitches don't even know. A nigga supposed to have 10 baby mamas, different kids from all type of different bitches, bro. We originally from Africa, my nigga. In Africa, let me tell you something, man. We was fruitful and multiplying. It's in our DNA to have many wives, dog. See, the white man know that if we have our many wives and our many kids, we're going to be stronger than them. So they came to Africa and enslaved us and put their rules and regulations on us and Americanized us to stop us from being fruitful and multiplying. See, you bitches have been Americanized, thinking there's something wrong with a nigga having 6 baby mamas and 13 different kids and all that shit. No, bitch, that is how we supposed to be. That's how we supposed to have more children than the grain on the sand. Say that in the Bible and shit. If you believe the Bible, y'all bitches need to tighten up and start letting a nigga hit all y'all raw and impregnate y'all ass.
I mean, true talks, true talks, true talks. I mean, it's not just the woman either; it's the man too. They've been Americanized. That's why they got a problem with what's that Deuteronomy 21 and you know, the rape doctrine and stuff like that. That's the reason why they got a problem with that. You know, because they've been Americanized. They're not thinking of the ancient ways of thinking. You know, they have a problem with getting women young. They got a problem with what they say R. Kelly was accused of doing because they thinking Americanized. They think she has to be 18 or older or whatever like that. That's not the way of the world. I mean, like, even if you look at Saudi Arabia, you know, you got princes over there. They are arranged marriages and they getting a woman at 14, 15. Come trade in and you got to be arranged to marry a prince or something like that. So you got to stop thinking Americanized and stop thinking that that's how the world has to run. You know, this is Revelation 18 verse 4. I mean, let the Bible tell you the same thing. It says, I heard another voice from heaven saying, come up out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins and that ye receive not her plagues. You got to come up out of this place spiritually, which America is Mystery Babylon. Now he has some writing over here on the side. I'm gonna try to read it. It says Nick Cannon is a Hebrew Israelite. That's true. That's true. That's true. It says roots of African Americans. Yep. Tribe of Judah. But the Negroes, Native Americans, and the Latino tribes too. It says long story short, we want to produce as many children as possible, especially boys. That's true. That's true. That's very important because you got to remember. It talks about that in Deuteronomy 21 2. Yeah, if a man, matter of fact, since we keep bringing it up, let's go to it. That's true. That's true. Especially boys. Why especially boys? Because that's your seed. Now, this world is wicked. It tells you that the woman carries the seed or whatever. It got it backwards. But you get your lineage from your father, from the seed, from the sperm. So in order to keep your lineage going, you have to have man-child. This is Deuteronomy 21, verse 15, which this goes on to what he's saying too. You got to have many children. Verse 15 says, if a man have 2 wives, that means multiple wives is in our law, one be loved and one hated, and they have borne him a children, both to be loved and hated, even if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he has, that he may not make the son of the beloved first before the son of hated, which is indeed the firstborn. So the firstborn son is important. And he say nothing about the firstborn daughter, the firstborn son. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated first for the firstborn by giving him double portion of all that he has, for he is the beginning of strength, and the right of the firstborn is his. So this goes along with the coming to America too. He let his daughter take the throne. He was wicked. He went off. If he followed the law, he would have let his son take the throne so his seed could inherit the throne. His daughter could get on the throne, but when she goes and find a husband and they have sex and they make a baby, then that's going to be her husband's seed that's going to be on the throne, not the original seed of the kings before. You see, so coming to America, they went off. But they're pushing that, like he said, they're pushing that, and they have people, our own people pushing it, agents pushing it in order to keep us in captivity, or in order to keep us under them, in order to keep us weak, So let me continue reading. It says, to keep our bloodline growing in abundance. He got that right, which is the reason for so many women. As long as they have an understanding, the math is that a man can have as many kids a year as his sperm count. Whoo, that's a lot of kids. While women can only give birth once a year. So even nature tells you that, okay, a man is supposed to have multiple wives and woman is supposed to have one man. Even nature, even if you just go off nature, exactly what he just said. And that limits the growth and regrouping of our people just having one kid a year when the Most High asks us to be fruitful and multiply. Yep. And I'm not attacking you or nothing, just wanted to see if I could help open the eyes of one more of our people. This is only for the elect. You could tell the wicked all day long, they not gonna get it because, like I said, it's only for the elect. That's Deuteronomy 22 with the rape doctrine. It gets down to what is it? Verse 27. Verse 28. Matter of fact, let's read it. If a man find a damsel, which is a young woman, and a damsel could be all the way at the age of 12. The scriptures tell you that. That is a virgin, which is not betrothed. So she's not betrothed. So she's not arranged to be in a marriage with another man. And lay hold of her and lie with her, and they be found. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife because he has humbled her. He may not put her away. So it's not condemning him. He has to pay the shekels, but she still has to be his wife. Let me see where it says it. So lay hold of her and lie with her, and they be found. So it's clearly telling you that. Here, let me see where else I want to find. That if a man takes hold of her, then she still has to be his wife. But you know, a lot of people, they've been Americanized, like he said, so they let their feelings kind of get in the way of the truth, you know. So that's why Revelation 18 is saying, come up out of her. The ideologies of America, the philosophies of America, the laws. It tells you that he changed the times and the laws. So you can't go off of that. You have to go read the Bible and go off the Bible and let that decide what's right and what's wrong, you know. Now let's get into some more precepts. Like he said, what he said at the end, he said the Most High asked us to be fruitful and multiply. Well, the Lord told us he's going to make us fruitful and multiply. And how is the Lord going to make us fruitful and multiply? By a man popping one woman a year. You got one woman for the rest of your life. First of all, it says we're going to be immortal. 1 Corinthians chapter 15. So you think we're going to be in the kingdom. The kingdom's going to be here on the earth. Revelations 21. We're going to be immortal. We're going to pick one woman. We're going to have sex with her for the rest of our immortal life and have one kid a year. How you going to be fruitful and multiply? No, man. Just like if you go over to Saudi Arabia, those guys got 14 wives or even more. We're going to have multiple wives, but people get in their feelings, and I know there's a big feminist push today. Deuteronomy 30. Let me see where I want to get to because I want to get straight to the point. Verse 1, fuck it. It says, and it should come to pass when all these things come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among the nations, whither the Lord thy God has driven thee, and shall return into the Lord. So we got to return into our Lord. We got to come up out of her, and we got to return to our Lord. And shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, that thou and thy children with all thy heart and all thy soul. So even our children, we got to obey the Lord. It says that then the Lord thy God would turn thy captivity. Then we could get out of bondage. Then we could get out of captivity. Then we don't have to be the scums of the earth, you know. There's a wage gap, and we're on the bad side of the wage gap. We don't have to be in the ghettos, right? Because the Lord going to turn that captivity, have compassion on thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whither the Lord thy God has scattered thee. Not gather all nations, but gather thee, the Israelites, from all nations. If any of thine be driven out to the utmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from this will he fetch thee. Which Revelations chapter 24 at the end tells you that too, how he's going to gather us. It says, and the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. Well, how is the Lord going to multiply us above our fathers? With us being fruitful and multiplying, man. It says that the Lord thy God will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed, and to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Like he was saying with the whole man thing. Well, the seed comes from who? The man. So the seed is very important. That's why it says in the heart of thy seed, the heart of the man's seed, right? Here, let me see if I want to get any more on that. Nope, I want to get another precept. This is Isaiah chapter 4. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. I know y'all hate this one, but if you hate it, that's because it vexed your soul. So you got to look in the mirror. It's something wrong with you, not the scriptures. This is Isaiah 4 verse 1. And in that day 7 women should take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So what's a reproach? It's a disgrace. And what's the way that a woman is disgraced? By not having any children and by not having a husband. So 7 women going to take hold of one man to get their children. That's how we're going to be fruitful and multiply. Verse 2, it says, in the days shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. This is the ones that's going to be saved of Israel, the ones that's escaped, the elect that's going to get salvation. But we're going to be taking 7 women. 7 just means a whole number, complete number. It could be more than 7. We're going to take multiple wives, and they're going to want to get with one man and have sex with him to take away their reproach. What are you going to get from that? A lot of kids, and that's how you rebuild a nation, because only a remnant is going to escape. So we're going to have to rebuild our nation. So we're going to have a lot of sex with women in order to rebuild our nation in the kingdom, man. This is we got one here in Hebrews. It's another one in Isaiah that I wanted too, but it just slipped my head. I can't think of it. But this is Hebrews 6. I think it's verse 14. It says, saying, surely blessing, I will bless thee and multiply. In multiplying, I will multiply thee. So how does the Lord multiply us? He's not just dropping humans on the earth. They just dropping out the sky. Boom, boom, boom. Another one. Boom, boom, boom. No, he's multiplying us by us having sex with women. And if we just have sex with one woman, then we have sex with, and then she has a baby, we have sex with another one. That's more like addition. Multiplying us is us having sex with 10 women within the same year and getting them all pregnant. That's multiplying. You see what I'm trying to say? That's multiplying, not adding. That's multiplying. He's going to multiply our seed, man. You just got to get out your feelings, you know. You ain't got to get out your feelings. You can feel however you want to feel. But when all hell break loose, the Lord said he's going to, Isaiah 13 says he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. The ones that's left, they going to know we got to get out our feelings, man, because we got to survive. So for the rest of y'all that want to feel however y'all want to feel about it, y'all going to be destroyed. So it don't even matter. This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. It says, yet the number of children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, like he said. How did the number of the children of Israel become the sands of sea? By one man taking one woman and having sex with her, and one baby that year, then the next year another baby, then the next year, no, man. By us having sex with a lot of women, man. It's just what it is. It says, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it should come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it should be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. So they're going to have to admit that we're the true Israelites, you know. And even today, you got dudes out here with multiple baby moms. Most of us, by the time you get in your 40s, 50s, most of the Israelite men have more than one baby mom, you know. The only difference is she's supposed to still be his wife, you know. So we still do it to this day. Your rappers, look at your Future. Look at your Chris Brown. How many women have they been with? Look at your Drake. How many women have they been with? So I understand we in captivity, we ain't got the power, but we gonna have that power. We gonna have those riches in the kingdom. So of course we're gonna, and women are attracted to power. So of course we're gonna have multiple wives, and we're gonna have wives of the other nations too. If we go back to Deuteronomy 21, which is such a great chapter, because it's breaking this all down, man. If we go back to Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10, when thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, the other nations are enemies, right? And the Lord thy God, in this case, in this context, the Lord thy God has delivered them into thy hand. So he delivered them. So when the Lord comes to destroy this place and he saves his elect Israelites, then that means that the Lord is going to deliver our enemies into our hand. What's that? Daniel chapter 7 tells you the saints of the Most High should take the kingdom. And has taken them captive. Now we're going to take them captive. Isaiah 14. It says, and seeth among the captives a beautiful woman of another nation, and has desire unto her that thou wouldst have her to be thy wife. Then thou should bring her home to thy house, and she should shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the remnant of captivity from off her. Why? Because now she's going to step into being one of your wives. And shall remain in thy house, and bewail her father and mother a full month. Does it I mean, damn, I'm sorry. My words are kind of slipping. Does it say that she has a choice? This is another part of rape doctrine, but you got to get out your feelings. And thou should go into her and be her husband. Does it say you should ask her if you could go into her? And if she says yes, it said, and be her husband, and she should be thy wife. And it should be, if thou have no delight in her, this is the difference between her and the Israelite woman, then thou should let her go whether she will, but thou should not sell her at all for her money. Thou should not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. So with the Israelite woman, we can't just let her go unless she commits adultery and fornication. With a wife of another nation, then you can just let her go. That's the difference, but just to prove that we're going to have multiple wives, you think a man, this tells you, obviously we're going to have wives, Israelite wives, but we're going to have wives of the other nations too. We're going to have concubines, just like King Solomon, man. So with that, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom.